A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, Mid-Hudson It is Thursday, June 6th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. New York City congestion pricing that was set to take effect on June 30th will not take effect as planned now that Governor Kathy Hochul is having second thoughts about the plan to raise millions more for the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. State Senator James Skoufis, who is a party to one of the lawsuits opposing the $15 per day surcharge on motorists, was glad to learn the plan is on indefinite hold.
Whatever the motive that brought us to this time, this particular moment in 2024 to advance this proposal, it's really inconsequential to me. All I care about is getting this done. And, whatever the path was that brought the governor or anyone else to the point where they are now expressing concerns and looking to hit a pause button on congestion pricing, I welcome that.
Senator Rob Brolison also joined the lawsuit. The state legislature adjourns for the year tomorrow, so any action would have to occur rapidly. The state has approved 9 projects to move forward using the $10 million Downtown Revitalization Initiative grant that was awarded to the city of Port Jervis. The projects include over $2.6 million to revitalize Riverside Park, to include reconstructing the water tower, to include a Welcome to Port Jervis sign, a new pavilion, all-inclusive playground, stage and amphitheater, pickleball courts, basketball court, skate park, and mini golf course. A total of $2 million will be applied to establish a mixed-use residential and commercial building at 103 Jersey Avenue. A total of $1.5 million will be used to develop a mixed-use residential and commercial building at 29 Front Street. Coy Griffin saddled up his horse Red and brought his ride across America in support of Donald Trump for president to Newburgh yesterday. Griffin began his ride on May 30th on the Boston Freedom Trail, and on Saturday he rode on the path of Paul Revere from Lexington to Concord. Griffin, who attended the January 6th riot at the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., does not call it an insurrection.
If you really want to get down to the gritty, an insurrection is whenever you overthrow the government to replace it with another form of government, and that wasn't what January 6th was about. January 6th was just about people that were concerned about election integrity, That's why I and so many others went to Washington, D.C., was just to try to get our government to recognize the fact that our elections, were compromised at certain degrees.
Griffin says he was held in solitary confinement after January 6th as what he called a political prisoner awaiting trial on a misdemeanor charge of trespassing for walking on the exterior grounds of the Capitol. He was convicted by a jury. His case remains on appeal, he says. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
The state Senate has unanimously passed legislation introduced by Senator Pete Harcum requiring climb deterrent fencing to be erected on all bridges over the Hudson River operated by the New York State Bridge Authority. The lawmakers said those fences would prevent people from jumping to their deaths from those bridges.
The Bridge Authority, to their credit, did a study. They said they were looking at it. It was too expensive to do all, but we said start with one, and they had agreed to do that. We were going to do the Bear Mountain Bridge. The RFP is about to go out, and there's no means restriction fencing in there.
Harcum said since records have been kept in 2007, over 100 people committed suicide from those bridges. with close to 50 attempts deterred. A bridge authority spokesman said the agency declines to comment on pending legislation. Ulster County officials have learned that new property tax software introduced in 2020 was improperly dividing the mortgage tax received between towns and their corresponding villages based on the location of the mortgage rather than based on the total assessed values of the town and village properties as required by state law. The issue was brought to the attention of County Clerk Nina Postapak and County Controller March Gallagher by New Paltz Village Mayor Tim Rogers. The two officials also found that the county's calculation of the amounts due to the villages for mortgage tax was also incorrect prior to the implementation of the new software. Some areas of Ulster County are facing the same dilemma as other counties in terms of ambulance service, with issues ranging from a shortage or cost of the service. Some parts of Ulster are serviced by Empress, while others use Ambulaz, both paid services. Northern Dutchess Paramedics has applied to the state to provide service in Ulster, but county legislators on the Law Enforcement and Public Safety Committee yesterday voted down a resolution in support of that service. County Director of Emergency Management Everett Erickson was against lending its support.
I think that the county should stay impartial for it. I think that it could hurt us down the road. One of our options is to go out to bid to contract with a commercial agency when we try to fix the EMS system, and if that's the option we go with, and then we just supported one commercial agency over another.
Committee members voted 4-1 against supporting Northern Dutchess Paramedics service in Ulster. After a 30-day warning and education period, the Orange County School Bus Safety Program will begin photo enforcement starting June 8th. The program aims to tackle the issue of illegal school bus passing and make roads safer for students. Through the program, the entire school bus fleets, almost 600 buses, at Washingtonville, Middletown, Newburgh, and Curious Joel school districts have been equipped with cutting-edge safety technology. It includes stop arm cameras that detect the license plates of vehicles that fail to stop for school buses, endangering students stepping off and on. The video evidence is shared with the county to determine whether a violation has occurred and issue a citation. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.